Aujourd'hui, on va rencontrer le tatoueur Scott Campbell. Du coup, on va parler avec lui et essayer de voir c'est quoi le tatou. Je crois que je me mets un peu dans la merde en essayant de courir un sujet comme ça, mais on va voir. Hi! Good. How is your day going? Pour m'aider à vous faire le portrait du tatouage, on va aller rencontrer Scott Campbell. Il a tatoué plein de célébrités genre Marc Jacobs, Heath Ledger, Travis Scott, Orlando Bloom et plein d'autres. Il est de plus en plus réputé pour son travail artistique, il a des expositions qui tournent dans le monde entier, on va aller discuter avec lui. So you started doing art after tattooing, right?
Yeah.
Why do you feel like that was so important to you?
It's funny, people talk about tattooing and they always use the word permanent. But tattooing is the most ephemeral medium I work in, you know, because you put it on somebody's body and then it walks out the door, it gets hit by a bus, it goes like, gets sunburned at the beach, you know what I mean? Like it's, like we are not permanent. Tattoos are not permanent, you know, they're living like ephemeral things, whereas artwork is static. Like you finish a painting and it's that, and it's done, and it goes off in the world, it'll live in a museum or a collection, and I'll have to answer for it forever.
Et du coup, en fait, tout ça là, il a tatoué et c'est tout texturé.
This is the print I made from that plate.
Okay. Like you cover this in ink?
Yeah, you rub ink on it and then you press it into the paper.
I would buy this shit every day.
My hands know how to tattoo better than anything else, so it's like, how do I take this little trick I can do and translate it into something that can hang on a wall and last longer than some scumbag's arm, you know? You know, sometimes people sit down to do a painting or a drawing, and the most intimidating thing is this like blank piece of paper or this blank canvas, and you're just like, fuck, where do I start? But when you're tattooing people, you never have a blank canvas. You always have this person, you have this story, and you have this personality to react to. And that can be really exciting and inspiring, but at the same time it can be limiting because you need that person to be happy with it, you know? And it's hard to do things creative when you have to ask permission.
So that's why you like to burn shit up?
Yeah.
I love this. Scott nous a invité à son studio SUBTITLES pour aller le voir tatouer et parler un peu plus deep du tatou. On est dans les coulisses de Saved. Welcome. This is the hardest question I've ever had to ask.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, now I'm curious.
What is tattooing in 2018?
Oh man.
See?
It's the same thing it's always been for thousands of years. You know, you grow up and you push against the world and you try to figure out who you are in the context of this world, and tattooing's a way to kind of remind yourself on a primal level that you get to decide who you are and circumstances don't. How's that?
That's perfect.
Okay, good.
Love this. How do you think tattoo has been evolving since you started tattooing?
I mean, when I started tattooing, just having tattoos on your arms meant you would go through customs and get all your bags searched. Really? And, you know, yeah, totally. It used to be, do you have tattoos or do you not have tattoos? You know, there's like a line. Now everybody's got tattooed, so the question is, what do you have tattooed? And not do you or don't you? Because it's kind of a given. It's just a medium that we all work in now. Yeah. As people understand more and more about what it is, it's less and less intimidating and less scary, and it just becomes like another way to, you know, create your own identity.
If we were to try to define tattooing, what would we have to look into?
There's so many different facets to it. It's like, hey, what is the sky? And I'm like, oh shit. Well, tattooing's had different forms and different traditions and cultures. I mean, the oldest human remains that have been found had tattoos on them. Just by coming into this world, people are curious and fascinated with their mortality and with their physical being. And, you know, we're walking around in these physical forms, and then the fact that we can like cut ourselves and like mark it and have scars. There's a very primal need for that I think getting the t-shirt isn't enough. You're like, I want this idea to be me and to be a part of me.
know, my mom, my dad, Pam Greer, my little brother, Allen Iverson. Those are all the fallen ones, all the ones that, you know, that died. So I got them, you know, on me forever.
Do you think we need to talk about anything else in order to talk about tattoo?
It's kind of one of the last things that can't be mass produced. Even if somebody just like grabs something off Pinterest and walks into a tattoo shop, it still has to be filtered through human hands, like one by one. And there's not many things left in the world that that's true about. So I think it has a specialness in that way.
Donc on vient de passer la journée avec Scott Campbell, on a appris plein de trucs. Prochain épisode, on va aller rencontrer d'autres artistes, on va parler de style, de différents mouvements. Et voilà, la suite du prochain épisode.